Hello and welcome to another Gary Moore live version tutorial. This is of the song Still Got the Blues, but just the solo. And I've had a request for this by a guy called Mike Robotham, or Mike Robotham. Sorry if I mispronounced it, but yeah, I thought it was a good idea as well, and it's a well-known song. Not many live version tutorials on this, if any, probably, I don't know. But yes, the version I've chosen is a 2010 version. I'll post the link to that video underneath. And also I produced an audio version of an audio video of this myself, of me playing the solo. So you can check that out if you want to hear the whole thing in one solo, but we're going to take it piece by piece like we did with Stumble. And yes, we'll do section 1 now, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so the first section sounds like this. And Gary Moore will often lead into this with a kind of a sound. Basically, 12th, 14th fret area on the low couple of strings does slide down. And keep in mind the song is in a 6/8, so we'll lead into the phrase like this, like kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so don't think of it as 4/4. It's hard to do that really, but you know, in case, just in case. And yeah, so 14th fret on the G, 15th, and then 17th on the B, and then bend that 17th up a semitone. Then on the 5th beat of that bend, starting the beat when you bend it, the first beat is when you bend it, and then on the 5th beat, you're going to bend up again and then release it. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we play the 15th fret at the end. And slide down. Do a bit of vibrato and slide is a good sound for that. And then the next part is 12th fret on the G. Then 13, 15 on the B. And then we'll bend that 15th up a full tone. 5th beat, we will bend up again and then release down to the 13th. And then this next section, you can play it, the first note, either I play the 14th fret on the G, but you can also use the 10th fret on the B, it's up to you. So 14 on the B, sorry, on the G, 14 on the G, 12 to 13 on the B, and then bend that 13 up a full tone. And then bend it up again, full tone, release to the 12th fret. And then next section is and that'll be 14 on the B, sorry, not 14, 10 on the B, 12 on the B. I'll rake into that note sometimes. 10, 4, 10, 12 on the B, Jesus Christ. Bend that 12 up a semitone. And then 13th fret on the B, bend that up a full tone. And at the end of these bends you can kind of release them a bit. And then 15th fret on the B, we'll full tone bend. Okay, and sometimes I'll put some vibrato on that. And then we'll start again. This is very similar to the very first phrase, however there's a slight variation. And as you can see, on the 5th beat on that bend, we didn't pick it again, we just held the bend and then released it, okay? So 14 on the G, 15, 17 on the B, bend up, hold it all the way, and then release it at the end. 15th fret at the end of that. And this next section is a variation on the original, definitely, and it sounds like this. Okay. Timing for coming in with that's a bit weird as well. It's kind of quite difficult to explain, that timing feel thing. You have to really listen to it, okay? Kind of squeeze it in, those notes. And that will be a 12th fret on the G, hammer onto the 14th fret, and then play 12, 13, 15 on the B. I'll pick all those. Then bend that note up a full tone, and then we go, which is a 13 on the E, bend up the 15th on the B, just below, I'd say, a tone, and then bend down, pick that and bend down, and then on the 15th, and then play the 13th. Sometimes I'll pull off to that last note. And then again, same as the first one really, which is 14th on the G, 12, 13 on the B, full tone bend, and bend again and release to the 12th fret. But there is one thing that Gary Moore sometimes does on that last bend there, and sometimes on that 13th fret bend, okay, you'll notice that the G string will catch under your finger, and you can actually grab that note and bend it down with it. Kind of exaggerated it there a bit, but Gary Moore does that a lot, so you can try that out. And then the very last lick, which is 10th fret on the B, hammer onto the 12th fret, pull off to the 10th, and then bend the 12th fret on the G up a full tone, and then play the 10th fret on the B. Okay, and that's basically the first section, so hopefully that helped. As I said, with Gary Moore stuff, the timing, you know, it's a feel thing more than a strict timing, so you got to just really spend some time listening to it, as the best thing I can say. Just really listen. Don't spend so much time on tabs so much as well. I mean, over time, the longer I've been playing guitar, I kind of went away from tabs more, because you really got to listen. I think just listening with your ears, you hear things that tabs can't tell you, and it's just music is listening anyway. So yeah. Anyway, so I hope that helped for that first section, and stay tuned for section 2. As I said, some tough sections coming up for me to explain, but I'll try my best. See you soon.